Good morning, students. In the previous lectures, we had discussed about the different systems of pila globosa, and in today's lecture, we will be focusing on the excretory system of pila globosa. The excretory system is formed of a single renal organ or kidney or organ of Bogenes lying nearer to the pericardium, and the kidney consists of an anterior renal chamber and a posterior renal chamber. As shown in the diagram, this is the anterior renal chamber and this is the posterior renal chamber. When the animal is inside water, it excretes ammonia, and when it is on land, it excretes uric acid. Myself, Dr. Balram Sain, Assistant Professor in Zoology, Government Dunga College, Bikaner. Excretory system of Pila globosa. There is a single large renal organ or kidney or organ of Bogenes lying behind the pericardium. It is a thick walled sac which is much folded within. So in excretory system of pila there is a renal organ or kidney or also known as organ of Bogenes. It consists of two distinct chambers, that is the anterior renal chamber and the left posterior renal chamber. This is the intestine and this is the pericardium. This is a picture showing renal chambers from above. The anterior renal chamber and left posterior renal chamber will be discussed more in detail in the upcoming slides. Anterior renal chamber. It is a reddish organ, somewhat ovoidal in outline, situated in front of pericardium and the posterior renal chamber. This is the anterior renal chamber, which is situated in front of the pericardium and the posterior renal chamber. It projects into the mental cavity and opens into it in a deep crypt through an elongated opening lying to the right of epithelium. The upper surface of the chamber shows shallow grooves corresponding to the internal lamellae which hang downwards from the roof into the cavity of the chamber. Here you can see the shallow grooves. The anterior renal chamber is the reddish organ, ovoidal in outline as shown in picture. It is situated in front of the pericardium and the posterior renal chamber. Here you can see the afferent renal sinus in the anterior renal chamber, and there is a opening of anterior renal chamber into the mental cavity, and this is the opening between the two renal chambers, that is the anterior renal chamber and the posterior renal chamber. In the picture you can also see the posterior renal chamber, intestine in the posterior renal chamber, and renopericardial aperture. This is the ventricle, this is the pericardium. The lamellae on the roof are arranged on either side of a medial longitudinal axis, the efferent renal sinus. The lamellae on the floor are arranged on either side of the similar median axis, the afferent renal sinus, which is the branch of the periintestinal sinus. Here you can see the afferent renal sinus in the anterior renal chamber. It breaks up into numerous branches to supply the lamellae on both the sides. Next is the posterior renal chamber. The posterior renal chamber is a broad, somewhat hook-shaped area of a brownish to dusky grey color situated behind the anterior renal chamber in between the rectum on the left and the pericardium and digestive gland on the right. This is the posterior renal chamber, which is somewhat hook-shaped as shown in picture and is situated behind the anterior renal chamber in between the rectum on the left and the pericardium and digestive gland on the right. It contains a large cavity in which a genital duct and a few bowls of intestine lie. Here you can see intestine in the posterior renal chamber. The roof of the chamber is richly supplied with blood vessels resulting from the repeated division of the afferent and efferent vessels of this chamber. Here you can see the efferent renal vessel and the afferent renal sinus, and they are repeatedly divided to supply the blood vessels. The posterior renal chamber communicates with the pericardium by a renopericardial aperture at one end. Here you can see this is the posterior renal chamber and renopericardial aperture which communicates with the posterior renal chamber at one end and with the anterior renal chamber through an aperture at the other end. The floor of the posterior renal chamber consists of a thin lining of tissues which separates its cavity from the organs which project into it. Next is the physiology of excretion. Both the renal chambers in Pila globosa have a true excretory function and excrete nitrogenous waste products. The kidney is a coelomo duct communicating at one end with the coelom pericardium and other end with the exterior mental cavity, as we have already seen in the picture earlier. The kidney removes nitrogenous waste from the blood. Waste is discharged into the mental cavity. Owing to a single external opening, the excretory products from the posterior chamber are collected and emptied into the anterior chamber, from where they are discharged into the pallial cavity through the external renal opening. In order to conserve water, ammonia is converted into the relatively insoluble uric acid. Excretory matter contains mostly ammonia and some ammonium compounds, urea and uric acid. And in order to conserve water, this is the adaptation for particularly striking in Pila globosa, which is seasonally amphibious. During its aquatic phase, it excretes ammonia compounds, but during its terrestrial phase, it excretes uric acid. In most gastropoda, the digestive gland plays an important role in excretion because it contains some excretory cells that take up waste which is eliminated by the way of stomach and intestine. That's all in today's lecture, and in the upcoming lectures we will discuss the other remaining systems of Pila globosa. Thanks a lot. Thanks again.